It.
Oh.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year.
Hey, everybody, are we live?
Seems like it.
Yes.
Dig in the intro.
Wow. New intro there helped me a little bit off guard, but happy Thursday, everybody. This is Hadley. I'm here with Alan Gamboa, Scott Baker, and Rich Restucci, the outlaws of horror and science fiction. Tonight, we're going to witness the clash between heaven and hell in some of our favorite movie accounts of angels, devils, and demons. So don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Weird Realities on social media using our Linktree account. And before you go get your popcorn and Coke, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Allen.
Cool. Happy Thursday, everybody. It's good to see y'all. All of you that have joined us. And tonight we're doing Angels and Demons. And we have Whitney and Tina have joined us tonight.
Gamboa family in the house.
Yeah, yes.
Represent.
Thank you. Tina actually watched all 4 movies with me today. Or this
Awesome.
week. So
Hi, Whitney.
This was a
Hey,
good
guys.
week.
It was a good week.
Hi, Tina.
Angels and Demons, Legion, Jerusalem,
Yeah.
Fallen, and
Constantine.
gosh, come on,
You got it.
Constantine. Oh my, how can I forget that one? That was awesome. Love Constantine. So these are the movies we're going to be talking about, and we all, I guess, lovingly like each of these movies in their own right, and we're all going to tell why we love these movies so much. Anybody got anything to add about this? Anybody got anything they want? 2 cents they want to throw in? 5 cents?
Yeah, man. I liked all 4 of these movies.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah, me too.
Hey, Mike.
Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
Lewis.
Mike.
Hey, Tina. Hey, Whitney.
Well, I guess we'll jump right in then. And anybody feel lucky?
Yeah, I'll go.
Anybody? Okay.
Sure, I can go. Well, my pick was Constantine.
Yeah.
And this is it's a 2005 film starring Keanu Reeves, and Reeves is one of my favorite actors. I've always liked him in everything he's done. This movie also stars Rachel Weisz, Tilda Swinton, Jimon Hounsou, Gavin Rossdale from the band Bush plays the demon Balthazar, and Peter Stormare kicks it as Lucifer. He plays a great Lucifer. For me, this is an all-star cast, and I didn't even mention Shia LaBeouf. The story starts off with the Mexican scavenger finding the Spear of Destiny, and the spear is a conduit to allow the possession of the finder by the son of Lucifer, Mammon. The tip of the spear also has a little bit of the blood of Christ on it, which plays into the story later. And to John Constantine, a very powerful exorcist, and his buddy Chaz Palmer, an exorcist in training, who's played by somebody LaBeouf. Yeah,
Shia
right.
LaBeouf.
And they use their expertise to deport demon half-breeds back to hell. We get an excellent representation of this when Constantine rips soldier demon, which is like a really skinny but strong demon with half a head, out of a little girl using magic and a mirror. Rachel Weisz plays a detective whose twin has committed suicide, and she enlists the help of Constantine to figure out why her sister killed herself. Several demons later, we find out that there's a big plot to try to bring the son of the devil out of hell for some playtime on Earth so he can basically kill everything. Jimon Hounsou, another one of my favorite actors, very underrated actor. He plays Papa Midnight, an ex-witch doctor who believes in neutrality. Midnight refuses to help Constantine until he realizes that the balance between good and evil has tilted because the big boy demons are no longer playing by the rules. Mammon, the son of the devil, needs the Spear of Destiny, help from the divine, and a powerful psychic to get him from hell to earth, and of course he gets what he needs. They always do. The bad guys always get it. Constantine shows up in the nick of time, gets his ass kicked, and then attempts suicide so that the devil himself will come to collect his soul. Of course, Lucifer Morningstar, expertly played by Swedish actor Peter Stormare, shows up. Constantine tells the devil what his kid's been up to, and Lucifer's pissed. The devil sends his son back to hell and is about to drag Constantine down as well, but the Almighty steps in and won't allow it. One of the most visceral scenes in the movie is when Lucifer reaches into Constantine's chest and rips out the lung cancer he has. It's been brewing in there, so Constantine might do something that will end him up in hell. So the Constantine of the DC Comics is a British blonde drunk miscreant who smokes too much, where the movie portrays him as this brooding, cigarette-smoking, dark-haired American from L.A. I will say that Reeves he makes up a really good Constantine, but the real show stealers are Peter Stormare as the devil and Tilda Swinton as the angel Gabriel, who is not what you think. Both have small parts, but they just kill it. John Constantine is all over DC Comics TV shows, and he's in several episodes of the Arrowverse shows, including a stint as a major character on Legends of Tomorrow. Joanna Constantine, an ancestor of his, was in the recent Netflix show Sandman. The budget on this film was between $70 and $100 million, and it grossed $155 million worldwide during its release. Excuse me. Constantine received mixed reviews from critics and fans, but overall it was well received. A sequel is currently in the works, and there is talk about Guillermo del Toro writing and directing a Justice League dark film with Constantine as one of the characters, right? I really enjoy this film. I've seen it several times. A little anecdote. The first time I watched it, I was on the couch with my wife, and there's a jump scare, a pretty hefty jump scare, very early on. First 3 minutes of the movie, which resulted in red wine on the ceiling of my living room. So, honestly, wasn't me. It was the wife, but still. What'd you guys think?
I love this movie. Let's say hi to everybody that joined us first.
Yes.
Oh, man, look at all those people over there.
Hey, David. Hey, Jen. Hey, Max. Hey, Mona. Hey, Linda. Did I get everybody?
We had Tina and Whitney
Max.
already, right?
Londa, David, Mona.
Hey, everybody.
Jennifer, Max. I think we got you all. And David.
Good evening and welcome.
Yeah, right.
It's the only
I
accent
gotta
can
say
do.
this: you can always tell when Rich really likes a movie because he brings his A game and makes the rest of us look bad.
He
Wait a
does.
minute.
Hey, Tony.
What
Tony,
A game?
I-
I only have one game, and it's the D game. It's right before F.
The D game.
The V team.
Zip. I love this movie. It's a family favorite. Tina and I don't know how many times we watched this movie. We watched it again, enjoyed it. The acting's great in it. Gavin, what's his name? Rosdale from Bush.
From
He
Bush.
does a great.
He's great. Balthazar.
He's great. Yes, as Balthazar. And the guy at the bowling alley, he was in Lord of the Rings. David Wyndham.
Yeah, he is, and he's great too.
And he's almost unrecognizable in this. And the priest, his priest sidekick at the beginning that goes into a liquor store and drinks himself to death.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember his name. But
He's-
did you ever see?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you ever see that movie with John Cusack, where Identity? And he
Yes.
plays the killer in that.
Hmm.
And he's great. I always like seeing him in things. In fact, Walking Dead, he got killed.
Yep. Otis.
Shane killed him.
Yeah.
Or shot him in the leg. And
Yeah.
That's where I've
Yeah.
seen him
Otis,
before.
yeah.
Yes, poor Otis. But I love this movie. It's great. Keanu Reeves, that dude. Somebody must have said that guy looks good in a black suit with a tie, because I mean, nobody looks sharper than Keanu Reeves. It's a fun movie. It's got, like you said, that jump scare at the
Nice.
beginning, and it's got some genuine, creepy parts in it. Special effects are great. It's got Rachel Weisz from the Mummy
The Mummy. Yeah.
in that, and there's like almost a mummy scene in there with that demon that shows up on the street in LA. The one, all the bugs.
The bugs.
Yeah.
It reminds-
Great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, good flick, good pick, love it. Scott,
All right, I'll jump in. I love it. It's a great movie. One of Keanu Reeves, my opinion, is one of his best performances. I love him brooding. The brooding demon hunter. He does a great job. All the other, like you guys were saying, all the actors in it are superb. They're great. Especially at the end when Satan comes down. I will admit, the scene when they put the holy water in the sprinkler system.
oh yeah,
That's great.
I love that. I used that in one of my vampire books.
cool,
So,
cool.
but that's
Well,
how much I liked it. But it's a great movie. And I love their version of hell.
yeah,
Their
Yeah,
version
it was
of hell
interesting.
It was very interesting. And what I loved about it was he was condemned to hell because he tried to commit suicide and they revived him. So now he's trying to buy his way into heaven by being this demon hunter. But he still did it for the right reasons. It wasn't just to get himself off the hook. I love it. It was my second favorite movie this week. So,
well, you have. I'm sorry, Alan.
No, go ahead. No, I'll go ahead, Ellie.
Y'all are scaring me. I love this movie. And we just got finished with Sandman, and I think I've said the same thing too with the Joanna Constantine storyline. I really love the imagery, and throughout the whole Constantine movie, the imagery that they show, the use of magic and the use of like the exorcism and the little things, the little attention details I really like. I wish they would have used different types of demons. I don't really like that CGI or whatever it is.
The half-headed one?
Yeah.
I loved him.
No, I like to see the people in like the monster makeup. That's more it's more real.
You like
to
the
me.
practical effects better.
Yeah, I like practical.
Yeah,
that's
practical
right.
effects are cool.
Unless it's a dragon, but that's another story. But yeah, I love this movie. Love Keanu. I was thinking we keep seeing him over and over recently. Have y'all noticed that?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
We
He's a good actor.
I know. It's like we just need to devote a whole show to him. But it was a great choice. This week was a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm sorry for reading chat messages. I see that Jennifer says it's $5.
Bang.
$5.
I guess that's our thing now.
Yeah.
Her thing.
$5.
Anyway.
Well, how many dongs is too many dongs?
Alan, can there be too many?
You know what you're doing. I think you're fine.
I think there can be.
I think that I'm done. So yeah, I would give it probably a 4.5, mainly because I wish it had different graphics for the bad guys.
What's your number, Scott?
4.8.
What about you, big man?
I'll give it a 4, a solid 4, and on the non-dong scale. I think
no dongs given.
How many dongs would you give it? That's what she said.
Max Crumb said he'd give it 2 dongs. Well, I think Max Crumb would give anybody 2 dongs. Anyway, we're never gonna be able to play this anywhere. I think this is some of Peter Stormare's best acting since the crazy cosmonaut in Armageddon.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Great.
He's great. I'll give it a solid 4.
Nice. I'm going to give it 5 dongs for wine on the ceiling. It was absolutely nobody expects wine on the ceiling, so it gets an extra dong for the wine on the ceiling. 5 from me.
Mike Lewis gives it a 5.
Nice.
Mona gives it a 4.5. Jennifer says Hadley is going with 4 dongs.
I gave it 4.5.
I think she meant us. Three dongs.
One of us has 2.
You know what we ought to get is a gong. And then
yes.
A gong. What are you going to hit the gong with?
Max, only a 2. Wow, how come only a 2, Max?
Songs is too much.
Oh, he said 4.
Yeah, he gives it a 4.
Oh, yeah, for him. You know what? We never know with Max. Dong. Oh, he gives it 2 dongs, but a 4. Am I reading this wrong, Max? How many dogs are you giving it, Max? Am I reading too much into this?
2 was how many songs is too much.
Oh,
Constantine gets a 4.
So what we're saying is this is another episode that's not going to Fringe FM.
No. Sorry. Hey, Mark.
Pornhub maybe, but not Fringe FM.
All right, so I give it a 4. Rich, you give it a 5?
Yeah, I did.
Scott?
4.8.
And Hadley?
4.5.
4.5. Wow. This is one of the highest
Pretty high
rated
up there.
Yeah, movies. It's well worth it. Huh? Well, you know what? Since Hadley's hiding up there, let's go with Hadley.
Okay, my movie was Fallen. It's a 1995 kind of supernatural thriller starring Denzel Washington, and this was at the heyday of Denzel. The movie follows Detective John Hobbes, played by Denzel Washington, as he investigates a series of murders. It gets kind of complicated, but as the case unfolds, Hobbes starts to realize that he's connected to these murders. And what's more important is they all seem to be connected to this convicted serial killer who he had just witnessed. Um, was it gas or injection? One or the other.
Gas.
He was executed. And what has actually transpired is the guy was possessed by a demon, and the demon has escaped because it is able to transfer through touch. And this is an incredible movie. I was telling Scott before the show started, one of the things I love most about this movie is it has just the right amount of supernatural stuff going on that makes it very believable. And even though it is dated with a lot of the cop stuff, obviously we've come a long way since 95, but it still works. And it's a good thriller. Like I said, it's got enough of that kind of paranormal stuff going on that really gives it a good deep mystery. I love this movie. If you haven't seen it, I will not ruin it because, again, it means a lot. I want you to enjoy it just like I do.
Yeah, it was.
Anybody want to follow up on that? Or
Yeah, I'll go. I think this is a great movie. I had seen it many years ago, and I thought it was good. You know, back then I thought it was all right. It was a typical demon movie. I really liked how screwed John Hobbes was going to be by Azazel, who is the name of the demon.
oh, don't say it.
Because all he has to do is touch somebody, and when they were walking through a crowd, they kept touching each other, and the demon was jumping up. You just couldn't follow who it was.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you start hearing a song that the demon liked to sing. It was the way they did that was just fantastic. One of the best characters in the show, in the movie, is Elias Koteas. He plays the serial killer at the beginning, and he doesn't have a huge part. It's kind of a bit part. He's in it for maybe 5 minutes. But man, he just kills it. I always like this guy. He's in a lot of stuff, and he has the kind of that same part. He's a very important player, but it's a bit part. And I think he just nailed it. And this is one of the better movies of this week, I think. I think this was really good.
I love this movie. The use of the Rolling Stone music in it is great. Time is on my side when they're touching, and the demons passing through everybody. I thought that was really cool. And the end when they play "Sympathy for the Devil."
Yeah,
I thought that was great. In fact, I used that in the end of Dead Island Dose. I had Mr. Black standing there listening to that song as New York burns, because that was from that, because that made an impression on me.
Yeah.
It's like, that's just great. But Denzel Washington, he's one of those actors. He's so at ease. Yeah. He's just, his character John Hobbes is, fires off, rapid fire, just talking to everybody, and just, he seems so natural in that, and he's pretty young when he made this, right? It's like 98.
And Denzel is a phenomenal actor who doesn't really make mistakes.
No, he doesn't.
He seems to be very careful about what he chooses to do, about the image that he portrays of himself. And I can remember standing in line at the grocery store once, and there was a little baby Denzel in front of me, and I was thinking, everybody loves them some Denzel.
You're right, Lana. He's good in everything, and he's just so natural in this one,
Yeah.
And you got John Goodman. It was great, playing John Goodman. Donald Sutherland
was written for John Goodman.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no wonder. And he is a great actor, Max. And Donald Sutherland, he played that part well. You did not like his character.
No.
Especially at the end.
Yeah, he was that politician. Like he's gonna burn you if he can.
Yeah.
But really, it's
but he plays that well.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. And like you said, Elias Koteas, I always liked him. He was in Chicago PD. He was in Ninja Turtles. played what's his name in Ninja Turtles, the guy with the hockey mask. Oh,
I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that little part you had was great, And then his guy that played his brother, Denzel Washington's brother.
Yeah.
I like the twist in that, where he's kind of slow and everything, and he's got a son, and you think at the beginning that's Denzel Washington's son for a minute, but it's not. He's the uncle, and he's taking care of it. So I really like that. It's always good acting. Oh, and James Gandolfini, he played sexist sleaze in that. Casey Jones, thank you, Tony. Casey Jones, thank you, Morley. Casey Jones in Ninja Turtles. That's who he played. He last cookies. Anyway, and did you know that the other female detective in there played Tony Soprano's sister?
I did know that. Yeah, Janice. Yeah.
No.
No, you want to know, you know something crazy? You know who was considered for this role of that Denzel played?
Who?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh God, that would have sucked.
That doesn't surprise me though.
I'm gonna punch the devil. I'm gonna punch him.
That was exactly the
He
kind
would
of
have beat up
role he
everybody in
would've
the
played.
street just for the fun of it.
Well, he did make that movie though, right? The one where he did punch the devil and shot him with
End of Days.
Yeah, End of Days. Yeah. Hey, Tony.
Hey,
Nice to
Tony.
see you.
Hey, Tony.
Hey,
But
buddy.
no, I love this one. I think everybody should watch it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't want to give anything away, because it is one of those that it's perfectly put together.
Yes.
Yeah, and like you said, it's dated with the police work, but it's good. That makes it work because it's like a little time capsule of that, how
I
things
think there
work.
should be more movies like this kind of movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was. I agree with everything you said. My two favorite scenes are the scene about halfway through when Azazel is walking. Denzel's chasing him, and he keeps on touching somebody. And then that person talks to Denzel as Azazel. And then he'll touch somebody else. And that person will it's done very creepy.
Yeah.
The way it's done, it's beautiful. And I love the three characters. I love Goodman, Pleasance, and Denzel together. I think they rocked it. And the ending of the movie is just, you can't beat it. It is so well written. And it's such a great, whoever came up with the idea really did a good job.
And it's tied to the first few lines of the movie.
Yes.
If you pay attention,
Yeah.
You'll hear it at the end. He says, "Oh," and you're gonna forget it. You're gonna watch the first few minutes of the movie. You're gonna forget it. You're gonna go, "Okay, keep going," and then you just get bang. You just get smacked with that right at the end. It was so well done.
Yeah, it was. Do we know who did the screen play on that?
I do not.
Oh,
Can look it up.
I do not know, but I know it's based on a book.
Oh, really?
Oh. Huh.
It's a novel by the same name by Tom Sniewoski, Sniegoski. It's a name we don't have in Mississippi, so sorry.
Nicholas Kazan.
Never heard of him, but I may look up some of his other movies.
Yeah.
A noted playwright.
It's Dungeon Dan.
Hey, Dan. Yeah, hold it. We'll rewind it.
Yeah.
Give us a minute, Dan.
Give us a minute. Okay, the lady that was in it, in Beth Davis, she was in Army of the Dead.
She's phenomenal.
And the guy that the demon jumped into that was killing people. Breakfast.
The skinny guy? Yeah.
Yeah, Land of the Dead. He was the one with the messed up face.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah. He says, nice shooting. No, there's no such thing as nice shooting.
So the heavy guy that actually, well, I won't say what he does, but he bursts through the door. He's a different guy. He's actually in Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
he's the guy that gets beaten to death by Clancy Brown.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, it's got quite the cast. This like all four of us are saying, you need to watch this movie if you haven't seen it. I haven't met anybody that's seen it that has not liked it. Mike Lewis gives it a 4.5. Mm-hmm. You jumping the gun, Mike. Jumping the gun. So what do we give this, Hadley?
I would actually give it probably over 5 if I could. Just because it is beautifully orchestrated. as a writer and as a total film buff, it hit it on all the parts. There were things I didn't see coming, which I always appreciate.
Yes.
And because so often you figure it out before it gets to the point you just kind of like, oh, okay. This one, it didn't, and it's like just so many little details, that if you watch it. And oh, by the way, I don't know if we mentioned this, but there is a fan film with a retelling of the ending called
Really?
Azazel. I can't
Hmm.
speak, but that is worth looking up too. But it ends differently for those who were unhappy with the ending,
Oh,
because it's
wow.
one of those endings that you might not like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
But
beautiful, brilliant
I
ending.
loved
Hey,
it.
Alan. Yeah.
So, hey, Alan.
This is one of those movies though that just I would hate to see it remade. I really would.
Oh God, no,
Same.
I don't think it'd be good.
it wouldn't be.
'Cause-
I told you, well, you might not have heard because you might not have been on yet, but I think that a part 2 focusing on the son, well, the nephew,
Yeah, he's a cop 20
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah.
it's a good
Something
idea.
like that.
researching what happened to his dad.
yeah.
Mm.
I think that could be done, and I think that could be done well because it
Yeah.
would age up the story. But anyway, but yeah, I totally give it a 5+.
And well, I was just thinking, this is the only movie we watched where there were no. All the demons was just, it was spiritual.
Yeah.
There was no CGI. There was no special effects. It created the creep factor just through the writing, the way it was played out, the acting. This one, I give it a 4.9.
Wow. Rich?
I'm going to give it a 4.5. I actually really enjoyed this movie, and I recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. There's a lot to unpack. There's a lot going on, and like Scott said, you never see. There's no demon to see. It just jumps back and forth between people. There's a couple like flashes of red when someone dies with the demon in them. He's
Demon vision.
Yeah, demon vision. He's got a certain amount of time and a certain length of area to get into someone else, or he dies. So it was really well done the way they did that.
Thank you, Max. I'll send you that $2 later.
You know what? I'm with Max and Hadley. I give it a 5. This is just one movie that just hit me just right, and I'll watch, and I even bastardize that song at the end for my own purposes, because it just made an impression on me. I thought that would be cool to put somewhere like they did. That's the thing that sucks about writing, is you can do a soundtrack, but you can't, it's in the reader's head, in your head. It's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody doesn't know the song,
But
Yeah.
but if you use a very popular song, it works.
should know it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I have a playlist when I'm writing. I put a playlist in my book, so you know exactly what I was listening to when I was writing.
Yeah. No, that's smart. That's a good way to do it. Mona says, I thought Denzel had it all planned out. I'd give it a 5.2 because it was scary AF without being gross. You're right. It wasn't.
To me, that's the thing about this movie, is it's real. I mean,
Yeah.
is a demon real, or is it someone's mental? And that's what this plays on. And I mean, it's like I said, it's just perfect. I just love it.
Yeah,
When
the
everything's-
psychological terror was way up. You're right.
Yeah. You're right. It when everything starts to get stacked against Hobbes, you're like, oh man.
Yeah.
It gets frustrating because
Well,
you're looking at the outcome.
Azazel plays a really good cat and mouse game with Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was a murder mystery, a psychological thriller, it would still be excellent the way he just messes with them.
Yeah. You're right. This is a classic, I think.
Yeah.
So, well, Scott.
I'll jump in because sadly, I picked the worst movie. I'll admit up front, I saw this movie twice when it first came out. I loved it. I watched it last night, and then I'm older and more critical. And I'm thinking to myself, this movie isn't, the scenes I still think are great, but it was like 45 minutes into the movie before you started to really see the action. And well, anyways, the movie itself, Jerusalem, opens in 1972. Two priests are called to record an event, an exorcism. It's revealed that Jewish, Muslim, and Christian clerics were all called to perform an exorcism on a woman who died 3 days before. Her son claims the woman was calm at first after she returned from her friend's grave, but became violent later. The kid survives. The mother dies during the exorcism. In the present day, when the movie takes place in the prison, two tourists, Rachel Klein, played by Yale Grobglas, and Sarah Pullman, played by Daniel Jadlin. There's no big names in this movie. The father sends them on a trip. The father sends Sarah on a trip to Tel Aviv. It's the 1-year anniversary of the death of her brother, and she's really depressed. So he sends her with her friend Rachel. At the airport in Tel Aviv, they meet a archaeologist, Kevin Reed, played by Jon Tumakin, and he gets a little bit of a crush on Sarah, and he convinces them to come to Jerusalem to witness Yom Kippur, because, Yom Kippur in Jerusalem is the place to be. So the girls go, they're staying at the hostel, and slowly they visit the Western Wall, and Sarah wishes that her dead brother, Joel, would come back and join them. And then all of a sudden, Kevin starts getting this, he sees drawings of black angels on the walls, feels nervous, starts getting these premonitions, and he's telling them, we got to get out of here. We've got to get out of here right now. We can't wait. And the girls are arguing, well, it's Yom Kippur. We can't go anywhere. Nothing's working. And he's so adamant that the owner and his son of the hostel they're staying have the police come and take him. And he gets wound up put in an insane asylum. Well, they should have listened to Kevin, because that night, right during the Yom Kippur ceremony, right afterward, literally all hell breaks loose in Jerusalem. And I don't want to go into the details, because this is the part of the movie that is really fun. It is a found footage movie. I hate them. The one thing about this one was different that I liked is they used the Sarah had she had one of those glasses with the camera mounted in it. And it was really good because you also had it had a small computer screen that would call up. So all of a sudden things would pop up on that computer screen that would add details to the movie. And it winds up that her friend Rachel, the son of the owner of the hostel, and a bunch of Israeli soldiers are trying to get out of the city. But before she does, she wants to stop by the insane asylum and pick up her friend Kevin. And that's where, for her, it becomes really bizarre. This movie was supposedly a zombie movie. That's why the S in Jerusalem is replaced with a Z. I never saw it, other than the fact that if a demon bites you, you'll become a demon. But that's the only relation to zombies. There's no hordes of flesh eaters. If you get bitten, you become a flesh eater. It's okay. It's a good movie. The action scenes at the end, there's some spooky stuff in it. The giant demon running around Jerusalem was really cool. But I don't want to give away the ending. It gets really good once they enter the asylum to get Kevin out. And I thought the actual end of the movie wasn't too bad itself. So, what did you guys think?
I watched it with Tina, and I thought she's not going to like this one. and we both liked it. We both sat
Oh,
there and watched it, liked it. I know she liked the giant when it showed the giants, walking the Nephilim. Is that what they were? Nephilim?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And it was briefly shown. I like
Mhm.
the animosity between the Jewish soldier, the Israeli soldiers, and the Muslim guy. Which the Muslim guy was real likable.
Oh
I
yeah.
like.
Yeah, he is.
They made his character really likable. But I like you saw that the reality of them living together, in that small country, So those parts were cool.
Yeah.
The shots of Jerusalem, it was neat, because I've never been there,
Wow.
and it was fun to watch. How Tina says, "Love
Thank
the
you,
Giants."
Tina.
That was good. I liked that. This is like a lot of found footage movies. They have a lot of filler in it. This one, to me, upon my first watch, didn't seem like it had a lot of filler in it. It seems like it got to the meat, pretty fast, or to interesting stuff, I guess I should say. It wasn't a bunch of pillow fights and people run around swimming naked and stuff. A lot of filler they throw in those.
That would have been okay. That would have been all right. You can do that.
So Rich wants to see the demon swimming naked. Is that what I get?
But it was good. It was suspenseful, and it had some the demon things or whatever. Those were cool. The way they were filmed.
Yeah.
It was a good watch.
Good.
Definitely a good watch.
Thank you.
I'm middle of the road on this one. I've seen it before, so I knew what to expect. That is not me. Who's washing clothes?
I thought it was Boudreaux causing
No.
trouble in the back.
No, that's over here. I'll mute my mic while you're doing
All
it.
right. Yes,
No.
there were.
No, there's no.
Yes, the
What are the
scene in the
boobs?
bed.
I don't.
Oh, side boob.
Well, it's boob.
Anyway, I thought
keep
it was
going.
okay. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this type of graphics. I'd like to see a little bit something different. I did really like the premise of it and the different use of we see so much of the Christian side of demons and exorcism. So I like seeing the different aspects of that. I would have liked to see it developed into like a real film. I think I was disappointed in that. So I'm probably just middle of the road on this one, Scott. Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, is it my turn?
It's your turn.
All right. So I'm going to start off by saying I like this movie. It's not a terrible movie. I disagree with you, Scott, when you say it's not a zombie movie, because I am not a zombie purist. I think anytime you get converted into the enemy, you're a goddamn zombie, period.
Okay.
I get it was demons, so it's not really a zombie movie, but it was zombie-esque. I don't know if you guys saw that, the movie with the vampire on the plane. I can't remember what that was called.
Red Skies.
Red Skies.
Yeah.
Zombie movie, but with vampires. So that said, we will move into the main character. I wanted to punch this bitch in the face from moment one. Are you kidding me? Literally everything she does puts everyone in danger.
Yeah.
If they had just whacked her and run, they all would have lived. But no, she's gotta take the only two people with firearms and go into this goddamn insane asylum to go save a guy she met 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
And I have to save him. And then the two guys with the guns, the Israeli guys, are like, yeah, fuck this. And they take off. And she's like, oh, you guys are evil. You bet. No, she's the damn evil one.
Well, Rick.
Then,
can I
please, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
They say 3 minutes, right? They took their
They were there
time.
for 2
They
weeks.
stayed longer. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm
So
with
then
you,
it
brother. I'm with
progresses-
you.
It progresses from there. Her friend gets scratched. And again, I don't want to wreck it for you, but you get scratched, you get bitten. You know what's going to happen. Everybody knows. The whole damn city's got wings and flying around and killing people. And the way they kill people is by scratching them or biting them. I mean, come on. Turn into the enemy, bad guy. Oh, don't hurt her. Leave her alone. She's fine. We're going to get out of here.
I'm gonna have to
you're
reassess
not gonna
having
get
Mr.
out of here.
Rasucci on my zombie apocalypse
Oh
team.
man, Jesus! It was. I needed her to die. I'm not going to go into it, but she should have died first 5 minutes. That movie would have been great. Anyway, I liked the fact that the demons could sort of procreate. I thought that was pretty cool. Again, kind of zombie-esque.
Mm.
I didn't like the main character, but I like Alan said, the Muslim kid, he was really likable, and he played it very well. The archaeologist kid, great. He played it fantastic too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The uncle was weird.
Yeah, he was weird. I thought he was gonna have a part of it, be a part in it
I mean,
of the
First
bad
snatch of the
evilness.
night goes to Tina.
thanks for the snatch, baby.
Oh, dongs and snatch. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. But anyway, that's kind of what I thought about it. I didn't love it. I thought it was good. I'm glad I watched it because I had watched like the first 10 minutes of it like maybe a year ago, and I'm like, wow, this is terrible. And I just let it go. But then when Scott suggested it, I was like, all right, I'll give it a go. And I'm glad I did because like I said, all, the main character aside, I did like it. So I'll leave it right there.
No, it to me it felt like it moved fast. Like I was saying, a lot of them, slow walk it to bam, the event happens and then the movie's over. The camera falls sideways and you see the person being dragged off or chewed in half or whatever, and then it's over. So this seemed like it had more, and maybe because it Jerusalem was a character kind of in the movie too. It had more things to it that were appealing, I think. So, anybody else have anything to say besides what's going on in the chat? Yeah. So,
Hadley, did you give your view of the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I said I was middle of the road on it. I just,
that's right. That's right.
And what's your rating? What's your rating on this?
I'd say probably a 3.
That's what I would give it.
The first time I saw it, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say I didn't. It wasn't the best, but it's, and no offense, I think a lot of it has to do with how much better all the other movies were this week.
Yeah.
What would you give it, Rich?
So I would give it a 3, except for the main character who loses half a point. So we're gonna bring it down to a 2.5, unless I can get into the movie and just smack her in the head. Then I'll give it a 5. But until then, I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
I'd give it a 3. I mean, I don't know if I'd watch it again. I probably wouldn't watch it again, but it was a good watch. I enjoyed it. I was surprised, and if Tina enjoys it with me, then okay. She's not going, oh my gosh, what are we watching now? But she doesn't. Oh my gosh, what are we watching now? So,
as long as Tina doesn't like, oh God, it's Scott's movie.
No, she's pretty much any movie, Alan. So we're all kind of generally agreed on this. Then it's basically falls within the 2-3 point parameter.
Yeah,
so,
worth a watch once.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, I guess I'll go to Legion. Here's my description of Legion. An out-of-the-way diner becomes the unlikely battleground for the survival of the human race. When God loses faith in mankind, which he seems to do in a lot of movies, he sends his legion of angels to bring on the apocalypse. Humanity's only hope lies in a group of strangers trapped in a desert diner with archangel. With Michael. I want to say Gabriel. Gabriel's in this too. But this one has a lot of very cool special effects. A lot of practical effects, some CGI, of course, but there's a lot of practical effects. And it stars Paul Bettany from Priest, Lucas Black. He's in one of the NCISs, I believe.
Yeah, he is.
New Orleans or one of those, right? It's got Dennis Quaid, Charles Dutton, which you don't see him a lot from Alien 3, Tyrese Gibson, Adrian Palicki plays the pregnant mother, John Tenney from he's in a lot of stuff. Kevin Durant plays the angel Gabriel, and great actor. He was in a Robin Hood with Russell Crowe. He's in a lot of stuff. And
he was big in what was that vampire
Lost.
show?
Oh, the vampire show. Yeah, I just watched that. What was that called? It was
on TBS
It's
or
got a disease thing.
The Strain.
The Strain.
The
Yes.
Strain. Yes, he played the pest control guy.
He's a rat guy. Yeah.
love
The
him.
rat guy.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Doug Jones playing this creepy ass demon ice cream man. And Doug Jones plays monsters in all kinds of movies, especially Hellboy. He's that skinny guy. He was in that Bigfoot movie we watched where it was at that lodge, and he does monsters, a lot of monsters. Anyway, there's a lot of great fight scenes in this, and it's the outcome of the human race. They even made a TV series on the sci-fi off this movie called Legion, and I think it only lasts. Yeah, Tony, Doug Jones is awesome. On the Sci-Fi Channel, I think it went 1 or 2 seasons. It wasn't as good as this movie, but this movie's got a lot of this. Now, this is probably the grossest of the movies, and it's really not that gross, but this has a lot of bloodshed in it, and a lot of violence. So it's probably the most violent one of all these movies. And it's not that bad though, except for that scene where John Tinney is, I don't know if I'm giving anything away or not, but he's hung upside down and his skin's starting to blister out, and he explodes.
Yeah, and his wife goes to save him.
No, what was even worse was the scene of the body afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The only thing I didn't like about this movie is I found Dennis Quaid annoying.
No.
I've really never seen him in a role, and he's probably supposed to be
being a
annoying
dick to your kid. Smacks.
Yeah, right.
That's what I just kept thinking. Why are you being so mean?
Right?
He's an adult.
Live
his life. Sorry, I get tickled.
But I was annoyed by his character. I didn't care if he lived or died. Some of the other people I did, but not him. So it's a fun movie. A lot of good effects. It's like a popcorn demon movie, I think. It wasn't too deep.
No.
That's what she said. And it's not boring at all. Yeah, Tina, I just thought hug your son. Yeah, he can't do that. Anyway, what do you guys think of this movie?
I'll jump in. I loved it. This is my favorite of the 4 this week. I love the fact that it sort of like challenged the typical religious belief. You know, Michael's like, yeah, no, I don't believe we should be ending in the world right now. So one of the angels is becoming a revolutionary. Creepy as hell. The scene with the ice cream guy freaks me out.
Yeah.
Is he normal? And all of a sudden the mouth just lowers and the body
mummy mouth,
transforms. And, you know, the scene when all the cars are coming in from the apocalyptic areas and they're all, and the bodies are shaking and turning. And the thing though that creeped me out the most in the movie, I love it, is that horn.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the first time I heard that, it was like, okay, that's it. I'm putting the bullet in the head. So.
Have you seen those videos where people hear those? Where you can hear it in the background? There's videos out there with people with those horns blaring in the background. That's creepy, man.
That is pretty creepy.
It's a great movie. I think it's well written, good special effects. The introduction to the things are going to crap. The old lady at the beginning was just the best.
Everybody forgets the old lady.
Everybody forgets it, but when she starts crawling across the ceiling, you know,
she's awesome.
and people are like, "What's happening to her?" She's probably possessed. Okay, don't think she's on crack. But yeah, I love this movie. When you guys picked it, it was like, yes, I get to watch it again.
Well, I like that. Rich, how much did they pay you to that scene at the beginning where they showed your gun safe?
Yeah,
so we don't talk about that. True story. So this is another zombie movie. It really is. It's another zombie movie, and it's one of the reasons that I truly do like it. We touched on the old lady at in the diner. She shows up and she orders a steak, and everything's all great, and then Palaki, I can't remember her name. She brings it out. She's pregnant. She brings it out, and then the woman just starts going off with the 4-letter words. She's 80, 82. Yeah. Starts going off with the 4-letter words. Oh, you bitch, you evil whore, and you're all gonna die. And she gets up, she takes a bite out of this guy, and then Charles S. Dutton, he's got this friggin' frying pan, and he just hucks it at her and hits her on the
Yeah,
side
that
of the
was
head.
great.
And boing!
That
And her
was
neck
great.
breaks. And I'm like, oh, she's dead. Nope. She gets right up, starts crawling on the ceiling, and I'm like, holy crap, this is great.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty good movie. The ice cream guy is pretty cool. The upside down crucifixion thing was just gross. And you could see it coming though.
Yeah.
And the mom
Oh.
in this movie, the dad that gets the crucifixion, the mom, and then the daughter. And the mom is just such an asshole.
Yeah.
She's just she's the reason people die in these movies. She not as bad as that. Well, I guess she's actually technically worse than the woman in Jerusalem, the main character.
Yeah.
But this one is just dumb and out for herself, and to the point where she takes a baby and she's going to give it to the evil creatures, not understanding what's going on. She gets hers like they always do. But this movie was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Again, you get transformed from the good thing into the evil thing that wants to kill everybody. You're a zombie. That's just the way I look at it. And these were demons as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. This is probably the third or fourth time I've seen it now. But I've never seen the series. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the series.
I watched an episode and I didn't get into it.
They were angels.
Yeah, they were angels. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's important.
Yep, you're absolutely right. I never should have said demons. You're very right. Yep.
Scott,
they were angels.
What, you mean the people in the cars were angels?
Yes, they're all angels.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I took them to be as well. I guess because they're summoned from up above.
At the beginning, when Michael is talking to Gabriel, and they look up, and there's just thousands of angels just flying up into the sky. Those are the ones coming down to possess.
Oh yeah,
possess everyone.
It was an open rebellion.
Yeah.
On that.
They possess the meek, so that the meek will inherit the earth, and they attack the strong.
Yeah. Tina's like, I hope the daughter makes it. The daughter, hope the daughter makes. She kept saying that. I hope the daughter makes it. Come on.
The characters I wanted to live, I knew weren't going to make it through the movie. So it was just sort of like, oh, at least let them die gloriously. So.
And poor Jeep, maybe. He'll get that. Maybe she'll love poor Jeep. You felt sorry for him. He was a selfless dude.
He's in the friend zone.
Yeah,
girl.
He's
Jeep daughter in that movie.
I don't know, David. I don't know if they're
Dave.
fallen angels.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't know. It was the way they went at it was different, definitely different.
Yeah,
but it worked.
Well, the child that would save the world was not a virgin birth.
Yeah.
I mean, it was born out of wedlock to a near drug addict.
I like how she's smoking.
Yeah, and smoking. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know that. We're just assuming because she said she was with some guy she didn't care about and it was a mistake, but we don't know what that means.
What if it was Dennis Quaid?
Well, that could be why he's being so dismissive to his son.
And this movie just went at 15 on the creepy scale.
Yeah.
It was okay before, but now too many dongs.
Too many dogs. Well, apparently, it's I think 3 dogs and 2 snatches, according to Tina, which probably makes it an 8. What do you think, Hadley?
This was my favorite movie to watch this week. It just was the tone that I needed, so I really enjoyed it, Alan. The horror scenes in it are just the grandma and the frying pan. It was just great. There were some questions I had, like because they were angels. Right? Why would they put the husband in the inverted cross?
Yeah,
that was one of my questions. Anybody tell me, because I want to know.
I think it was they weren't thinking that deep. I don't think.
Okay.
I think it sounded cool and they did that. That's just my opinion.
See,
interesting.
It was what I said. There was a lot of anti-Christianity.
Yeah. They seem confused about some stuff.
It was almost as if those that were following the word of God, the angels and Gabriel were actually wrong. So that's what I took when I saw him on the inverted cross. It was them doing it the wrong way, or they considered him unholy, so They reversed it.
Oh, that could be it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I also have to say that it was interesting to me. Anytime anyone chooses Paul Bettany to be the hero, I always wonder, he seems like such a support actor, not really like your hero type.
Yeah. His best roles are like A Knight's Tale. You know what I mean? That kind
Yeah.
of character. I mean, I liked him in Priest.
He played it,
Yeah.
and I did too. I'm not saying he didn't. He's a great actor. He really is.
Yeah.
But it's because he can pull this shit off. Because the role I've seen him in that looks like a Paul Bettany role, he played a tennis player.
Oh, wow.
That's just he played an English tennis player at Wimbledon, and that's just what I mean. When I think of him, that's what I think of him. I don't think of him as a badass in leather, kicking ass and chewing gum or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, Morley says him Vision. Yeah. He did great as Vision. He really, when Vision dies, you're like, oh. Well, I was. I don't know about
Well, now you ruined the movie for me.
Just read the comic books.
But no, I love Lucas Black. Sling Blade's one of my favorite. I can't believe I haven't made y'all watch that again yet.
I was trying to remember what movie he was from.
Sling Blade.
His big one. Yeah, that's right. I hate his accent in NCIS New Orleans.
He's trying to do the New Orleans accent. I don't know where he's from. But he's got a southern accent.
He does.
He's from Arkansas.
Is he?
Okay.
I think so.
No,
that's
Matt
where Sling Blade. I think that's where he got noticed. It was when he got cast in Sling Blade.
He's in one of the Fast and Furious movies too, the Tokyo Drift one.
Yeah, that's right.
I
never saw, but
that's not. He doesn't have a good accent. Because I think that's just how he talks. Unfortunately, like me. It's just...
I like
He's an angel. He can get what he wants.
Mona, that was the inside of Rich's gun safe.
He robbed me to actually do that.
Yeah,
I want some of that back.
I love to go shopping like that.
He took my javelin.
You traded the guns for heaven. We know.
All right, you're all welcome.
Okay, look at Alan Lasseter's got a question. What's y'all favorite movie of all time? Oh,
I can't even. It's got to be Jaws. It's got to be Jaws. Other than that, there's so many.
Yeah, I can't.
If I had to pick one, or if I base it on the movie I've watched the most and still enjoy, The Thing.
That's my number 2.
Yeah, I love
The Thing.
Got to be
Aliens is right up there. So many.
Yeah, I can't. If I could only watch one movie over and over again for the rest of my life, it would be a totally different answer than if I gave you an answer right now for my favorite all-time movie. Because it just depends on the day, my mood.
Yeah, that's hard, Nothing.
My movie, I think everybody needs to see once is Harvey. It's an old black and white movie, but I think everybody needs to see that movie once.
Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
What is it?
Harvey.
Oh, I've never seen that movie.
Oh, it's
big.
You got to. It's one of my favorites.
And Arsenic and Old Lace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gosh. Yeah. I couldn't
It's
get
a
it.
feel-good family movie. So when you want a feel-good family movie,
classic comedies from the 40s.
Yeah.
None of us are too excited about that.
So did we give numbers to Legion?
No, let's give numbers to Legion.
I'll give it a 4.5.
I will follow Hadley and give it a 4.5.
4.9.
I'll give it a solid 4.
Nice.
Really? It's your
No,
movie.
yeah, that's solid 4 is good. So 5s are for turkey.
Well, I really enjoyed it this week, so I'm going high with the 4.5.
Hobo with a shotgun. That's what 5s are for.
Negative.
Hobos.
David Muga says there's too many movies for him to list. He finds himself watching The Martian a lot these days.
It's a good flick.
How about ice? But if you want pirates, ice pirates.
Ice Pirates, man. Robert Urich.
Yes.
Space Herpy. There's a space
No. You wanna do Christy McNichol's musical, the pirate movie.
Oh gosh. Yes. We should do pirate movies someday. Arr. No, Chained with Vincent. Off topic, but if you haven't seen Chained with Vincent D'Onofrio, you should be traumatized with me, says Mona Pennington. That's like someone saying, hey, smell this.
What channel is it on, Mona? I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Jane sounds like something you'd see on Pornhub.
It was 2012. Serial killer, prisoner of the killer, explores their relationship.
Cutthroat Island, underrated movie.
Good flick.
Yep.
Tony has said Harry Anderson remade Harvey, not as good as the original. Nothing's as good as the original. Don't see any fakes.
Did you see what what else he said? Yellowbeard. What
I haven't seen that one.
fantastic movie! Oh my god,
I've
you gotta see
never
that
heard
movie.
of that.
Oh.
Huh.
Yellowbeard. It's a Monty Python. It's got a lot of the Monty Python characters in it.
Oh,
It's
great.
such a good flick. It's a comedy.
Harry Potter movies. I've seen parts of them. I've never watched a whole one,
no, me neither.
but
They're good.
I like him.
Your grandkids will like them.
yeah. Alan Lassiter says, "Y'all, the Legend of Boggy Creek." Yes, that scared the crap out of me.
I saw that at the theater when I was little.
Scared.
I think it was like the third one, though. I don't think it was like the first one. But
Was
I have
that
seen
the
it.
one that was like, it was sort of like a Bigfoot in the swamp?
Yeah, it's like a
The
docudrama.
first one was like an authentic account of some folks down in Boggy Creek.
I remember the
South
scene. I was
Arkansas.
watching it with my best friend in the theater. The scene when the screen has half the windshield on one side.
Yes.
He's on the half talking. And I said to my friend, it's going to come through the windshield. And my friend goes, no, it's not. And it came through the windshield. And he like jumped up and screamed.
That movie scared the crap out of me as a kid, man.
See, you don't need a lot of these same crappy CGIs.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Muppet
Nope.
Treasure Island.
Muppet Treasure Island. There we go. So okay, let's see. We'll read some of these comments here. Max Crum says Harry Potter is a great franchise.
Mhm.
I can't weigh in on that because I haven't really seen him.
It's
Um,
great.
He's a great.
And let's see.
Yeah, it's good. It
Morley
gets
talked
darker as it
about
goes
Muppet
on.
Treasure Island, best pirate movie ever.
Bloodiest one too. Mike Lewis says, "Yep, it's located in Folk, Arkansas." Yes,
Falk. And our
Falk.
friends, Logan and Stephen Hill, help with that Falk Boggy Creek Festival every year, and it's coming up in
wow.
October.
Oh, cool.
History of the World. It's a classic.
Yeah, it is a classic.
I wrote down and memorized the lyrics to the Inquisition.
Nobody wants to be the piss boy. That's for sure.
You look like the piss boy. You look like a bucket of shit.
Good to be the king.
It's good that yeah.
Legend of Hell House is creepy. Yeah, that's one of those 70s movies. That's scared me. But yeah, Deer to Blood. Best pirate movie, Goonies, says Tony.
Oh, I guess you
And
can
Max.
have that.
Pretty good.
It is. Hey guys.
I like that pirate movie with what's his name that plays Spider-Man and Marky Mark? What was that?
No idea what you're talking about.
No. Yeah.
Yes, it's the new one. It's come on, help us out, Tony. You know this one. Somebody, that new Marky Mark
You see,
Spider-Man movie. Mark Wahlberg and
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yes, they're treasure hunters. It's a video game.
Uncharted. I thought you were
Yes,
talking about
Uncharted.
a pirate movie. I'm like,
Uncharted.
pirates? I mean, I guess it's got a pirate ship at the end.
Well, yeah, it's hidden treasure. They were finding it.
Yes, I guess. Pirates of the Caribbean. There's like 18 of those movies. Those are pretty good. The first one's good anyway.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, Uncharted. I watched that and it was okay. I don't think I liked it as much as everybody. It was fun, but
Zombie Ass and Yummy.
Yeah.
okay.
I've got to check those out. Where can I find them?
So Yummy actually takes place in Eastern Europe, and this woman goes to get a breast reduction, and something happens, and everybody starts turning into zombies.
Oh wow.
Zombie Ass is actually called Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead, and we're just going to leave that right there.
Is that the Japanese one?
It is.
I've got that on my watch list.
Says no one ever.
Jennifer made me watch a movie called Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, which is, if they had a turkey in it, it would be out for Thanksgiving, but it is hilarious. So if anybody wants to have a good laugh, it's one. And I have to say, There's a special shout out to Jen on this one. There is a woman in it who the only thing she wants to talk about at Talk Club is her horse. And we giggle every time that lady grabs her saddle to leave the house.
Jennifer, have you seen the movie with Ron Jeremy and I can't remember, it's a really big name porn actress from the 70s called One-Eyed Monster? They go to an island to film a porn. Yes, it's exactly.
Yes, I have seen it.
Isn't that movie just so bad it's worth watching?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Evil penis.
Yes.
Mike, that pirate movie is with Gina Davis is Cutthroat Island.
Yep.
David Muga just mentioned one of my favorite movies.
Which is that?
Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, is that the one with Leo?
There's several.
No, not Leo. It's got
Christian Bale.
Oh
no, it's not Christian Bale.
It's the guy who
from
played Jesus.
28 Days Later.
Oh, yeah.
But
he was
Luis
in like
Guzman is in that movie.
Yeah.
What the heck is that guy's name? I gotta look
What
it
is
up
his
now.
name? What's his name, folks?
Guy Pearce is in it.
Guy Pearce is the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
What movie?
The Count of Monte Cristo. This is like the one that came out in like the 90s or early.
Jim Caviezel.
Thank you, Max.
No, not Seeker. I think she's dead.
Where are we at?
God, I can't remember her name.
It does.
Yeah.
Luigi Vampa is the name of the pirate.
Oh, Cutthroat Island, I didn't care for, Mona says. I like that one. Robert Shaw's got one too. Buccaneer, I think. Came out in the 70s.
Which is a high price for corn.
I watched that pirate series on like Cinemax.
Thank you, Mike. Oh, Black Sails?
Oh,
Yeah,
that was good.
good.
Black Sails was pretty good. I actually liked it. It was sort of a retelling of how you got
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island, yeah. So it was. I thought it was excellent. They did it really well.
I gotta check that one out. I have not seen it.
The ending, I think maybe they just kind of ended it, but it was kind of disappointing. But I enjoyed the entire series up till the end.
Same. It tells you how all the characters come about.
Toby, God, I can't think of his last name.
He's in Lost in Space.
I can't remember his last name either. He's great in it.
It's important to remember the name because his mom is this great older English actress, and she's actually in Harry Potter. She plays Professor McGonagall.
Right.
But that's his
Toby
mom.
Stevens. Toby Stevens is his name.
Dame Maggie Smith.
Oh.
Yeah, it is
Dame
Maggie Smith.
Oh, wow. So he doesn't use the family name to get ahead. Barbara Starr go to Vista Del. Do they rhyme the whole time they're in that?
You just have to watch it. It's just ridiculous. Their lady's like from Saturday Night Live. That's in it. She did Bridesmaids. She's hilarious.
Time Bandits. What a great flick.
Yeah.
I love Time Bandits.
I haven't seen that one in
good call.
Forever. 40 years. I got to rewatch it.
Yeah. I need to go find the car, Mike Lewis says, in The Duel. Oh, yeah. Those are two good movies.
Yeah.
I always thought it was funny, though, in the car. It was the smallest town with the biggest
police force. Yeah, it's like 800 cops.
Yeah. Yeah, and they still couldn't catch that damn car.
Yeah, well, it was possessed.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What's great is every time the explosion at the end, every time I watch it, I see something different in the flames.
The face.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, Scott. You might have to go to church.
The last time I went to church, which was decades ago, I was walking in with my first wife, and when I got to the doors, I went, and these two old ladies in the other door looked at me like, ah.
Max Crumb is speaking our love language in the comments.
Oh, Porky's is on Prime this month. Oh my god.
Big fan.
That is a class.
That's got some classic scenes in it.
The scene after the shower when she's trying to get him the police lineup, watching the three gym teachers laughing. That is the most hysterical part of the movie.
That was great. Yeah, that's probably the best part of the movie, the funniest part.
Yeah.
the pinnacle of the, of those movies. That's hilarious. So next week we're doing Scream Queens.
Yes.
And so who's everybody picking next week?
I have Linnea Quigley, Return of the Living Dead.
Dead. Mm-hmm.
A zombie movie.
Scott?
I've got Carolyn Monroe. I was trying to find Count Yorga Vampire Hunters, but could not find it. So I went with the other one she was a big star in, Star Crash. And yes, they show a lot more of Carolyn Monroe in that than they do anything else in the movie, but it's still one of... She wears this skimpy outfit while battling monsters in space. I mean,
they know you by now, Scott. They know boobs and blood. That's
one does. One does battle monsters in skimpy clothes.
Yeah.
Hadley, what did you pick?
I decided to go with tried but true, Jamie Curtis, and we're gonna do Prom Night.
Prom Night, cool. That's like when she made like Terror Train at Prom Night, or
in her heyday when she was making all of the movies.
Right.
She was a kid.
And mine is D. Wallace Stone. And what I picked, was it Critters or
No, I thought you picked
The Howling.
The Howling.
I
The
hope
Howling.
you picked The Howling.
The Howling.
Why did I think Critters?
Well, I was going to do
Originally
Critters.
picked Critters,
Find
but we
Critter.
couldn't find it.
I like Critters.
I
I
do
know.
too. Well, Tubi lied to me. I went to Tubi and it's an animal show.
Yeah, that's what I came across.
And Scott told me, he says it's not on Tubi. And I was like, what? So I looked and it was an animal show. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad you looked. So that's what we're doing next week. Scream Queens. Those 4 movies. And some of them are classics. Some of them are not. Like Lewis, Return of the Living Dead is my favorite zombie movie, mainly for her character because she's a punk rocker who is afraid of old men pawing all over her. Also, that the first actual zombie movie where the idea of eating brains came into reality and became popular.
And I think it was the first zombie movie where they talked.
Yeah, I think
Might
so.
be.
I think so. Thanks, Tony. I love The Howling. I haven't
Howling's
seen
a
it.
good flick.
Yeah.
Now, I
Jennifer-
haven't seen it in 40 years.
Jennifer
so-
said that Scott could stay on using that classic rating system of boobs.
Carolyn Monroe gets 10 out of 5.
Alan Lasseter agrees that The Howling is good.
Yeah.
I-
Howling is a class. It's a great movie.
It is.
Though,
I haven't seen it.
I'll wait and save it. There's a little piece of trivia. Sandra didn't know what she looked like at the end of the movie,
Oh, wow.
but I'll wait till next week.
Yes. Dan Ubel says PJ Souls from Carrie. Yeah. PJ Souls was in a couple of them, right? Halloween and
Rock and Roll High School, I think.
oh, how is that, Tony? Is all the hype? There's a lot of hype on this new horror movie, Barbarian. They're saying it's really, really good. So let us know.
Oh, Barbarians is about zombies?
Barbarian? No, this is Mike Lewis talking about the zombie movies about Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, that.
But Tony's saying he saw Barbarian, and that's getting rave reviews.
Well, Mike, what I like the fact is they lost the zombie and it went somewhere else. I can see that happen.
Yeah, me too. Well, it did. Well, I love werewolf movies, Morley.
Yeah.
The Howling was good though.
The Howling was one that it was done well.
Yeah, it was.
I was shocked to find out that the werewolf was Picardo, who played the Doctor in Voyager.
Oh yeah, yeah. American Werewolf. Yeah, American Werewolf in
My
London's a
favorite.
classic. Yeah, love that.
Oh, we
movie.
should do a werewolf movie someday.
Yeah, not Bigfoot movies
Hard
though.
to do good.
Werewolf.
The Wolf of Snow Hollow. If you haven't seen it, folks, check it out.
Henry Tully gives it a total no dong.
Dogs.
No dogs or no boobs.
I don't know why I like that movie, but I do. I recommend The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
Okay.
Extra dongs for anyone that watches it. Extra dong points.
Dog
Extra
free.
dong points.
I'm being so good here with some of my comments.
I don't know why you're bothering. Our chat is going triple X.
Now, I know I'm going to get nailed for this. Do you know what werewolf
You had to
movie
say
I
nailed.
Huh?
You had to say nailed.
Oh.
See where your mind is, or mine.
Well, you know where my mind goes. No, Cursed with Christina Ricci. I thought
that's a good flick.
That was a good werewolf movie.
Yeah, it was. It was. Speak No Evil has a brutal. Oh, I've heard that's a good one too. Alan Lasseter.
See,
no Bigfoot movies. No, man, we did a Bigfoot show.
See, that's the problem with this
we were
show.
robbed of our joy.
Because I have like a list of like 10 more movies to watch when I'm done.
Yeah, Bigfoot movies. We had to take Xanax after we watched that.
I've never seen Dog Soldier.
Definitely.
Dog Soldier is a great
it.
flick.
Mm-hmm.
Something has happened to my computer and I can't see anything. This is weird. Can you guys still see me okay?
I can
still see you, but it's like
everything's gone. All I can see is a giant representation of my background.
No, I see you.
Yeah.
Donna, the remake is great. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, David. It is. Alan keeping out dogs again.
The Christmassy Santa dog.
Boys and girls, I have to go.
All right.
But everybody have a great night. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
What you're doing right now before you go?
Same thing as last week. I haven't really progressed further other than to make more words on the vampire tank story. I'm writing book number 7 in the theories run, the run series theory series crossover. I've got a Sasquatch story going on, and I'm working in my gloom world. What are you guys up to?
Scott?
I'm going to start the editing process on the Chronicles of Paul 2, Errand of Mercy. Hopefully, I'm going to get that out just before Halloween. And I'm going to start writing the next Nurse Alyssa book probably later this week, early next.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Max.
I'm 90% finished with my book. Hopefully, it will be released sometime at the end of October.
Good.
So
awesome.
Good.
Until then, you can always find us on social media using our link tree. That's link.tr/Wyrd Realities with a Y. Tomorrow night, you will be able to log on and see at 8 p.m. Eastern, Wyrd Awakenings. And hopefully we'll have a new show, Lowballing with Joe Hansen and Alan soon.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're going to, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Pacific. We're interviewing Ryan Shao, apocalyptic cyber writer. Saturday night. Joe got a hold of him. We're doing it Saturday night.
Awesome. So big weekend planned. And don't forget, at the end of October we'll be going into our 3rd season here, and we should have something fun planned. I'm going to even try and get giveaways from these great authors. So if you are interested in winning a book, let me know. Get a list. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Night. Thank you.
Take it easy, everybody.
Stay weird.